Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grishan Tangjosewari as the Prime Minister of the government team from Sman 14 Jakarta. So this motion for today is this House will disallow the practice of instantaneously naturalization of foreign athletes to serve on national sports team. The definition for this motion is first, naturalizing foreign athletes that are originated from other country that are transferred in order to serve another country, ladies and gentlemen. And for the national athlete, my definition is the athletes that are serving only one nation. So the status quo for nowadays world is many countries, including Indonesia, has been hiring foreign athletes as to serve their own country. So my sense in this debate is we want to further increase our own power in sports rather than hiring other people from other nationalities to serve our country. So the mechanism is first, we should only hire legally Indonesian citizens based on Undang-Undang Nomor 12 Tahun 2006, not by naturalization that is done shortly before a sports event starts. My second mechanism is we should increase our budget in sports facilities and training for athletes. Third, we should be more strict on our corruption, especially in our sports ministry. So my argument in this motion is, first, you're betraying your own people. Yes, I said naturalization is the same as betraying our own people because we should have trained our athletes with better facilities, with a good coaches at the first place, and then we would have a great athletes. And also, ladies and gentlemen, so, in order to meritocratically worthy of any winning sports title or medals, we should have trained our athletes with better coaches. It is bad for our youth in the long run since our hugely potential young athletes are gonna be hopeless and feeling they are not being appreciated by our government since the government would have chose another foreigners that are not really from Indonesia. Rather than athletes, young athletes that are really skilled, really dedicated, and they are really want to serve for their own country and make their own country proud. That is why naturalizing is betrayal, especially for young athletes, local young athletes. My second argument is Indonesia has a lot of population and manpower. Hiring people originated from another country is just wasting the huge potential that our country has. Based on United States Census Bureau, Indonesia has approximately 27 million population. That's why we should have hired our own people to compete our sports event as a representation rather than hiring people from other country to represent our own country because that is just not fair. And we are just wasting potentials. My third argument is if we hire a foreigner, it is just a way to cover up our officials' laziness. Yes, I am saying it. Because by committing naturalization, it is the same as the government being pragmatic and only willing to get the medal or winning title without really increasing our people's skills in sports, and that is just not fair. Naturalizing is committed as a shortcut to win events and to cover up our flaws in sport aspects in Indonesia. That is why once again we disagree with the idea of allowing naturalization because it is just a shortcut and wouldn't do any good for our nation in the long run. And my last argument is we can actually win sports event without naturalization. But our biggest and greatest issue for now in our sports aspects is we are in a budget shortage. Our government have given 1.95 trillion rupiah of money to the sports ministry. And surprisingly that amount of money sounds huge, but it is not. It is only 1% of our national budget spending, ladies and gentlemen. 1%. It is really small, really tiny. Naturalization is surely cheaper rather than increasing our sports facility quality. As I said, it was a shortcut to win all kind of events. It was a shortcut. But let's look at another bigger issue to this. It is corruption, surprisingly, not surprisingly actually. Last year, our youth and sports minister is accused of corruption. The person who should have worked to further develop our athletes and sport facilities, but instead they stole our money. The youth and sports ministry has already got a tiny budget, but sadly the budget is also corrupted. Naturalization wouldn't be necessary since our country athletes and coaches would already be great in sports aspects if only we can be stricter in corruption, especially in the sports ministry. That is all from the Prime Minister of the Affirmative team from Sman 14 Jakarta. Thank you for listening.